welcome to another Fight the Night review. My first one in a sodding month. The reason for that being because there was like 1 week where there wasn't an Ultimate Fight the Night to review, then another week where there wasn't one to review, and I think there was a week in between where there just wasn't a UFC card. So yeah, it's been a month since the last one, and the Fight the Night in question was the main event of the prelims, between Molly Meatball McCann, that is a great nickname, versus Fight Ji Yeon Kim. And as always, it's my job to really badly break down the rounds one by one, interpret it how I see fit, and say if I thought the winner won the way they did. So yeah, let's go. And so we begin with round one, and it is very much a back and forth exchange at first, although Molly gets in early. She starts laying some really big looping hooks, lands a good couple of overhands, and it sort of sets up the story for this fight. I know that, you know, with it being MMA and it being like really punching each other really hard in the really face, there really isn't like a pro wrestling thread, but I like it when the kind of is. And the thread for this match, throughout pretty much the entire 15 minutes, is Molly backing Ji Yeon Kim up a lot with some really big punches, and she does that quite early in round one. Lands some really good hooks, lands some good stuff to the body, but mostly headhunting. And I think it's worth noting that Kim is about 3 inches taller than Molly and has a 10-inch reach advantage over her, so Molly has to get in there. She cannot stay on the outside, and she stays in. She's landing really good shots, some really good hooks. There is a moment where she is stunned a bit though, because there is an accidental clash of heads, and that, I swear to God, that concusses Molly a bit. She falls forward a bit, and I thought initially it was just a slip, because I rewatched that bit a few times. I didn't notice clash heads until like the last time I watched it. I thought, oh, maybe maybe Kim got her with some like sneaky uppercut. Maybe she, you know, maybe Molly just slipped. Maybe because of the camera angle, maybe Kim landed a really well-timed leg kick. But no, it was just an accidental clash of heads. And from that moment on, Kim does take control of round one. She has like a really good hold on Molly and is pushing her against the cage, and Molly has slowed down a lot. I honestly think the clash of heads did do a lot of damage to her, as it would, you know, because head-to-head contact is very fucking painful. I've been there. But eventually Molly does manage to get away over it and lands a good couple of punches to end round one. And even despite her being badly hurt because of the head clash, I still think round one sort of goes to... does it go to Molly? Probably. I think she does manage to run away with it because she starts the action early and ends it in a good way, but there is one minor slip up halfway through, which was the head clash, and she doesn't really have a lot of control over that. But she did quite well, and it was an exciting back and forth round up until like the head clash and grappling exchange, so yeah, not really many complaints about round one. We move to round two, and this is where the fight does start to even out a little bit. Molly is again pushing forward, she's putting the pressure on Kim, and Kim, credit to her, is throwing up some really good defense. Now, this is one of those cases where just because the fighter is pressing another fighter backwards just by walking towards them and landing a lot of shots, you might think it's a lot more lopsided, but Kim was actually landing some really good shots. She lands some amazing 1-2 counters, she landing some clean punches, and it's a very good case of Kim's volume versus Kim's volume and like amount of strikes versus Molly's pressure and more powerful strikes, and it's a really good contrast that I'm such a big fan of when it comes to a fight of the night. And yeah, like Molly is landing some really good hooks, landing a lot of really good punches on the way in, but Kim countering her, stinging her with really good jabs, really good straights, landing a good couple of upcuts. Again, sort of headhunting like Molly was in round one, and there isn't a lot of body work. Kim does throw a good couple of leg kicks though, and it does sort of throw Molly off, but she doesn't really land enough for it to be a problem for Molly, and Molly just keeps pushing forward. And honestly, as back and forth as round two was, and they even bring up the significant strike percentage, which if you know anything about me reviewing Fight of the Night, I hate the whole significant strike thing. I absolutely think it's 100% bullshit. Just like, it's whoever lands more really in it, you know. The strikes don't have to be significant, they just have to land, I think. And credit to them, by that point in round two when that was brought up, sorry for ruffling my hair up there, Kim lands a lot of, she throws a lot more, and I think she lands a bit cleaner, but Molly lands heavier arguably. And by the end of round two, again, very back and forth, I sort of give it to Kim though. And a lot of people sort of have that the other way around. A lot of people say Kim won round one and Molly won round two. I sort of disagree. I think Molly won round one and Kim won round two. And Yeah, very good back and forth between them, even though Kim was definitely packing up with the pressure. She was landing some really, really good counters. The 1-2s were there for her all day. She was stunning Molly a little bit, not a lot. And, Molly did manage to get inside and land some really, really good punches. But yeah, round 2 considerably close, and I do give it slightly more in favour to Kim. Also, one thing I forgot to bring up about the end of round 2 was that as Molly was closing in, Kim sort of went for a takedown to counter because, her being a lot taller, she can land the takedown a bit easier. But Molly got a good counter and sort of rolled onto her back and took Kim down near the end of round 2. So, yeah, that was a bit weird, but we'll move on to round 3 now. I just want to get that out of the way while I remembered it. And finally, we get to round 3, and again, much like round 2, it's very much the same story. Molly is pressing forward. However, Kim catches onto this fairly early in round 3. She's landing a lot more strikes. She's landing some really good combos. She's building things up a bit more with her volume. And by the end of round 3, I know I'm sort of jumping ahead slightly, but I will try and cover more stuff in between. She's landed over 300 strikes. That's what I tried to say the first time. Over 300 strikes. Molly's landed over 220-ish. So, yeah, but Molly, again, pressing forward, getting in Kim's face, taunting her a little bit, just walking it down without even having her hands up to guard. She's just, getting in her face, fucking bullying her, daring her to, taunting her, come on, fight me. And Kim's like, alright. And they start going at it a bit more, and they land some heavy shots on each other. There's some really good rocking back and forth between them. Molly is, neither of them are knocked in, but Molly gets stunned by something as well. She counters and stuns Kim with something. And Molly knows that she needs to put the pressure on a bit more because she's got the fight in the bag essentially by this point, but she knows that she's got to do more and more. She does do. And yeah, she just keeps putting the pressure on Kim, landing some really good shots once again, throwing heavy leather, and Kim lands some really, really good counters. Again, the follow-up strikes are really, really good. But Molly ends the round in the way that I think wins her the fight, and she does win by unanimous decision, spoilers. Although, credit to me, I did keep the spoilers off the table until the last round, so, you can't get mad anymore. Anyway, yeah, Molly just fucking stormed on Kim in the last 40-30 seconds and, lands some heavy, heavy shots, even taunting her a bit more, and Kim starts fucking taunting back near the end of the fight. I would say the end of the round and the fight, and it's kind of fucking great, but yeah, no complaints about this fight at all. This fight was really, really good. Probably the first female fight of the night where I really felt like it earned it, because you have to remember there's not as many female fights on UFC cards as there is male ones, and yeah, even if there is, they can be a bit half and half, like most fight of the nights can be, regardless of the gender of the fighter. But this one, really good. I don't know if it'll be in my top 10 of the year, but I had a lot of fun with it. It was a much better fight than I was anticipating. Both women threw all that they could into it, and no complaints about the winner. I think Molly winning a unanimous decision for as close as it was, absolutely right call. And yeah, really, really good fight all in all from both of them. So not really much else to say, just find this one and watch it. I'm going to do the outro now. And that's it for another Fight of the Night review. I absolutely really enjoyed this fight, and again, you should go and watch it yourself to formulate your own opinion. Don't just follow me blindly because I'm charismatic and handsome, and I'm fucking not. But yeah, next thing from me will probably be PBW versus ABW with a return after harsh environment, and yeah, I've just got to make the card for that. Again, have a couple of matches in mind, just need to actually make everything. And also I need to ask a friend for a thing regarding Defy the Gods. What could it be? Ooh. And yeah, after that... Oh! Announcement! Fuck, I almost forgot. To do this. So, on Friday, I will be doing a regular gaming stream, but it's gonna be the ending of Super Hot Mind Control Delete. And what I mean by that is the last thing you have to do, which is file a download in the game that takes 2.5 hours. So what? In 2.5 real life hours, by the way. I can't skip this. I don't have a PC, and I'm not really smart enough if I did have a PC to circumvent it. So it's going to be a 2.5 hour stream of just that screen as it downloads things and just rolls the credits. But while I'm doing it, there's going to be a Q&A. So I'm going to be answering any questions that people have for me while that's going on. And in the background, so to speak. So, yeah, I just thought I'd get that out of the way while I remembered. But, yeah, before that, hopefully PBW versus ABW, and if I can get it on crunch time, the very brief history and the full episode for 3 Days Grace for the backtracking stuff. So, yeah, that's what I've got planned for the week. And, maybe an episode of Music of the Week as well. Got 5 albums to do for it, so it shouldn't take me too long. And, yeah, okay, now I'm done. I can't think of anything more to say. And as always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Bye-bye.